There's much to learn about this beautiful global city, and there are 4 guys willing to explain their expertise to give you this knowledge from the world-famous Walt Disney World to the wonderful SeaWorld. The Mickey Updates podcast has your dose of the latest goings-on in the Central Florida region. Now let's welcome the 4 guys featured on this podcast, Ed, Chris, Travis, and Rob.
Alrighty, we are live here on YouTube tonight, and we did a little pre-show on Periscope. On Periscope. If you don't know what Periscope is, follow our Twitter and download the Periscope app because we often live stream on Periscope, and we do it a lot from the parks. So I really enjoy Periscope. It's fun. Last Sunday, we went on there and basically did what people told us to do for an hour, and it was a lot of fun. So we had a good time at the parks with Periscope. It's a great, fun little app. I've installed more cameras this week. You can see now we have close-ups of our faces for those of you watching live. So that's fun. I don't know why we're getting an echo there, but we are. But that's a lot of fun there. So we are here this week. We got lots of good stuff to talk about this week. Ooh, why is it so loud? We have lots of good stuff to talk about this week. We went back to Trader Sam's, have more to tell you on that. And we got news and all that good stuff. And we have some other fun stuff to talk about too. And we have a really cool story to tell you, some stuff that happened this weekend while we were at the Magic Kingdom. So we just had an awesome day. And we'll talk about that. And we got some cool stuff coming up too. So we'll talk about that too. So before we get started with all that, I want to get kicked off with the thank our sponsor real fast, MapleLeafTickets.com. They've been providing discount Orlando area attraction tickets for more than 30 years. Visit them today at MapleLeafTickets.com or call 1-800-841-2837. That's 1-800-841-2837. Call Maple Leaf Tickets today. You won't be dissatisfied. They're great guys, and they will help you out with all your ticket needs. So call Maple Leaf or check them out at MapleLeafTickets.com today and save money. I'm talking moolah. Sometimes it's like $20, $30, $40, $50 off the ticket. So definitely check that out. You will not be disappointed. It is good pricing. So there you go there. All right, moving on from that, we're going to kick things off with the news here. The news of the week. The menu for Boathouse, the Boathouse at Disney Springs has been released. And if you don't already know, the rumor about this, or what I've heard, is that this is going to open on, I believe, the 28th or the 29th. Right. Let me make sure what date that is. I believe it's the 29th. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 29th is the rumor that I've heard. And I've confirmed this with people that work there that supposedly, if everything goes okay, this is the actual day that they're going to open. So here's hoping this opens. But in the meantime, the Boathouse, which is opening soon at Disney Springs, released their menu through the My Disney Experience app, which you can go in and check out this menu itself inside the app. This restaurant features high-end cuts of meats as well as high-end seafood. The food will not be the only attraction here, as they will offer amphicar tours, which are half car, half boat tours. They look like cars, but they go in the water. Tours around the lagoon too. Here are some highlights from the menu, and we've posted the whole menu on our Flickr page. And if you go to this article, you can see a link to check that out. But here's the menu. I'll read some of the things off the menu first. And some of these things are insane. But, hey, I mean, it may be amazing. So we'll start out with the steaks, chops, and provisions. They have a filet mignon, 8 ounce for $39. Bone-in filet mignon, 14 ounce. I've never had a bone-in filet mignon. That's $49. Bone-in New York strip, New York strip for $48. Bone-in New York strip for $52. Porterhouse, a 28 ounce for $2, which is $60. And a tomahawk long bone rib chop, 32 ounce for 2 people for $115. I don't know what makes it $115, but hey, it's $115.
I think the for 2 part.
Well, maybe, but the one for 2 here is $60. So I don't know. The Berkshire pork chop, the 12 ounce is $27, and the filet 8 ounce with provisions, Oscar style, is $53, and I don't know what Oscar style means. I'm thinking spinach and cheese, maybe. I forget what Oscar is. I could be completely off base. I don't know. Other items on the menu as far as seafood wise, they have a coriander seared tuna. They have a broiled Atlantic swordfish. That's $31. The coriander seared tuna is $32. There is also a cedar planked salmon, which is $29. There is wild Baja shrimp de hongi, which is $48. Broiled Canaveral buoy line triple tail, which is $34. Hoisin grilled Florida wahoo, which is $42. And they also have a beach and sea lobster bake for two, which is $60, and a boathouse surf and turf table, which serves four for $160. So some of the items are crazy, I guess. When you split them up for two, though, they are not horrible, I guess. Or split them up for four, they're not that bad. It's interesting. I guess when I initially saw the menu, I was like, holy crap, $160 for a steak or whatever. And I was like, you think about it, two people, and it could be a good steak. And honestly, that's not a bad price for meat at a good restaurant. If you go to somewhere like Ruth Chris or something like that, a fine steakhouse, a fine city steakhouse, you're going to pay that much for a steak dinner. So, and it's also pretty much on point with Artist Point or Yachtsman Steakhouse or something like that. So it's not bad. I mean, it's expensive, but it's not bad. Everyone has their own views of what's expensive or inexpensive. I think it's a little pricey, but it'll be a good meal. So it's worth it to do it at least once or twice. So I will definitely go there and check that out. I was hoping the seafood would be a little less because I was really intrigued by the raw bar part of it. And I could see myself having beers in there and eating oysters or something every once in a while. That sounds like something that could be really good. So I don't know. I will check it out. I will probably go there and hang out there and do all kinds of fun stuff there. So it sounds really cool. I'm more in for the bar part of it, hanging out there, having a beer and having some great appetizers or oysters or raw seafood or something like that. And I will also do dinner though. And Morimoto steak is coming too. That'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Just another addition to Disney Springs, which is shaping up rather nicely. And if I haven't said this before, if you go to Disney Springs, make sure you go to the parking garage and go to like the third level and look out towards the main road. And if you look to the left over there, there's like this big open area there. And that's all Disney Springs there that they're building up. It's all going to be buildings and so on and so forth. So it actually is going to be pretty cool stuff there. I'm really excited to see what they do with all that. And I didn't think it was going to be that far. All that was going to be, it was going to encompass all that area, but it does encompass all that area, but it does. So that's actually really cool. So I'm very excited to see how that works out and what they do with that. And it should be really awesome. So definitely worth checking that out. Now, moving on from that, I'll read you this next story. And I got me on close up here. Disney announced a celebrity lineup for Star Wars Weekends. Disney has released their celebrity lineup for this year's Star Wars Weekends. This was this past week. James Arnold will be again hosting the event this year. Here's the full celebrity list, and I'll just run through the names real fast. On the first weekend, May 15th through the 17th, Ian McDermott, Amy Allen, and Tyra Sikar. Ian McDermott, of course, entered Emperor Palpatine. And then you have Amy Allen, who is Aya Secure from Star Wars Attack of the Clones. From Attack of the Clones, you have Taya Sircar, which is Sabine Wren from Star Wars Rebels. I haven't seen Rebels or Attack of the Clones yet, so forgive me. Weekend 2, Warwick Davis. Always love Warwick Davis.
Attack of the Clones is episode 2, by the way. You're thinking of the Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of the Clone Wars. I have seen Attack of the Clones. What am I thinking? I'm thinking of Clone Wars. Yeah, I got them mixed up. Yeah. You can shame me now. It's okay.
I'll do it later.
No, Ed. All right, Silas Carson, Newt Gunray from Phantom Menace, Star Wars, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. Vanessa Marshall, Hira Sandula from Star Wars Rebels. Warwick Davis is back again the third week, May 29th through the 31st. Daniel Logan, Boba Fett, and Attack of the Clones. Did the voice, the movie, God dang it, Clone Wars. I'm not. My brain is thinking Clone Wars every time. Steve Blum, Zeb Orlielos from Star Wars Rebels. You know what it is? It's these things are all. It's always like like the last 3 or 4 years they drilled Attack of the Clone, or excuse me, Clone Wars
That
in
you're
my head
thinking-
so much that I'm thinking Clone Wars.
Huh.
Because like every show was like, but every Behind the Force was Clone Wars, Clone Wars, Clone Wars. So weekend 4, June 5th through 7th, Ray Park, who played Darth Maul, Jeremy Bulloch, who played Boba Fett, and Ashley Eckstein, Ashoka Tano. She's always good to see, and so is all of those. Ray Park and Jeremy Bulloch, they're all great. Weekend 5, the one weekend that everyone is freaking out about because it kicks off with none other than Frank Oz. Yes, the man himself, Frank Oz, who played Yoda.
And Fozzie Bear.
And Fozzie Bear, and a few other things. Ray Park will be there. Peter Mayhew will be there. Chewbacca. It's always kind of interesting seeing him. He being so tall, he has a rather hard time getting around.
That's just because his bones are old.
Yeah. But he's a nice guy.
No.
He seems like a nice guy. Taylor Gray, Ezra Bridger, Star Wars Rebels. And that's what kicks it off. There will be autograph opportunities. There'll be stuff from Star Wars Rebels. And there will, of course, as always, be Darth Maul. And I apologize after that whole thing for butchering that whole thing. I am completely sorry to all the Star Wars fans. That was not my finest hour. Le Cellier Steakhouse at Epcot features Disney family of wines. Le Cellier Steakhouse is a top pick for guests who love a good steak. The AAA Canadian beef tenderloin with truffle butter sauce is a hands down favorite, but you can also order pan-seared snapper, free-range chicken, and Kurabuta pork at this outstanding restaurant in the Canadian Pavilion at Epcot. Now the wine list kicks it up, featuring 6 of the 8 wineries of the Disney family of wines, and will be the first restaurant at Walt Disney World to feature all 8, says Rick DeChico, area manager at Le Cellier Steakhouse.
Mr. DeChico.
The list includes several reserve vintages. We're waiting on Skywalker Vineyards. There you go. That's a good one, said Rick. I can't read today. The diverse collection has a personal connection to the Disney name and artistic talent, a sense of what makes for good storytelling, quintessential family DNA. All of the wineries display qualities long identified with Walt Disney and the Walt Disney Company, carrying on the Disney legacy and typifying the passion, innovation, and quality that the name Disney symbolizes. The wineries that are coming to the restaurant are Fess Parker Winery, McMurray Ranch, Silverado Vineyards, Lassiter Family Winery, Gogi, owned by actor Kurt Russell, Frank Family Vineyards, Chapelette Winery, and Skywalker Vineyards. So there you go. You can check out those wines at Le Cellier coming soon. Celebrate Earth Day at Epcot's International Flower and Garden Festival. The natural beauty of Mother Nature plus Disney magic equals a perfect place to celebrate Earth Day. Of course, you can find it at the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. We think Earth deserves a whole extended weekend, and we've got lots of ways to appreciate and celebrate with activities, discoveries, and more. Here are some fresh ways to get your green on from April 17th through the 22nd. Three of our new specialty gardens connect families and kids with nature. Nature Rocks, presented by the Nature Conservatory, the Backyard Habitat, presented by the National Wildlife Federation, and the Purple Martins, presented by Audubon, Florida. These lush spots will inspire you and your family to spend more time outdoors, and maybe even how to bring a little Disney magic to your home. Disney Animal Kingdom specialists will visit the Festival Center April 17th to the 19th. At the Seas with Nemo and Friends, learn about conservation efforts to protect coral reefs, sea turtles, sharks, and many other amazing creatures that will inhabit our oceans. That's on April 22nd. Check out the sand sculptures that showcases Disney's nature. Check out the sand sculpture that showcases Disney Nature's Monkey Kingdom movie at the World Showcase Outpost. Make sure to pick up a kid's activity booklet while you're taking a sand selfie. And another thing to note too, if you're going to do this type of if you're going to do Earth Day, it also pays, if you're going to actually be at the parks on Earth Day, to go to Animal Kingdom, because they do a lot of stuff at Rafiki's Planet Watch what is it? A Party for the Planet is Earth Day at Party for the Planet is Earth Day at Animal Kingdom. I would imagine that they're probably going to do that again this year. It's always a great event, and they do a good job. And it's a lot of fun. Rafiki's out, and there's a lot of different booths in there and all that stuff. And paired with this, with the conservation, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember when Earth Day actually is.
I think it's the 22nd.
Is it the 22nd? I'll tell you in a second here. 22nd. Earth Day is the 22nd. So that Wednesday there. So if you're there on the 22nd, head over to Animal Kingdom and head over to Epcot. Do half and half, and you can have a full Earth Day experience. Should be a lot of fun. They always have a lot of cool things lined up for Earth Day. They do Earth Day nice at Walt Disney World. It's a lot of fun. Reservations are now open for the Feel the Force premium package during Star Wars weekends. Prepare to feel the Force with special premium packages offered this year's Star Wars weekends. These dining packages put you close to the action of the Legends of the Force Star Wars Celebrity Motorcade, the Symphony in the Stars fireworks, and more in true intergalactic foodie style. Enjoy your morning at Disney's Hollywood Studios, knowing the Feel the Force package includes reserved viewing for Legends of the Force Star Wars Celebrity Motorcade from 11 a.m. till noon, with a selection of soft drinks, water, and a snack. The grand finale to your day at Star Wars Weekends is the Symphony in the Stars fireworks dessert party at 9 p.m. I so miss the hoopla. Sorry. I still miss it. It was fun. I know why they got rid of it, but I mean, if you look at the hoopla versus Symphony of the Stars, I think hoopla did a lot more for Star Wars than Symphony of the Stars does, because I still see to this date dance-offs with Darth Vader retweeted on Facebook or shared on Facebook from like 6 years ago. I mean, this stuff still floats around. People loved the hoopla. I know everyone says it degraded the show or degraded Star Wars and it wasn't good for the brand. I don't think that's a positive. I don't think that's a right explanation. I think if it did anything for the brand, it made it approachable to kids of our generation and brought it to everyone and made it fun for everyone. And when they saw these exciting shows and this dancing and the way that these, I mean, to them, it was this cool thing to have Darth Vader dance, and he really had moves, and so did the Stormtroopers or Luke Skywalker and all these guys dance. I think it just made it cooler for this generation to see it. And it wasn't just a Star Wars geeky thing. It was an everybody thing. And I think that was really cool. And I wish they would reconsider maybe bringing something back, some sort of dance off or something back in the end, because Symphony in the Stars was okay. And it's a great fireworks show, but it's just a fireworks show. Even the show before it really doesn't add much to it. It's just more about a fireworks show, and fireworks are great and people enjoy fireworks, but the only people that are going to enjoy the fireworks and share the fireworks are going to be the fans of Star Wars. It doesn't turn people on to Star Wars, because there's no bridge between Star Wars and pop culture. And that's what the Hyperspace Hoopla did. It bridged the gap between Star Wars and pop culture, and it made them one unit. And although I will admit that it wasn't like, I mean, some people will say that it degraded the brand and it made fun of Star Wars and all this stuff. I disagree with that 100%. I don't think it made fun of Star Wars at all. I think if anything, it made it better. And I mean, I can see where you go with that because they're having fun, but I guess if you look at it, what was the show that we saw at Celebration one year that was supposed to be like the lighter side of
I don't know what it was, but it was from the creators of Robot Chicken.
Yeah, Seth Green was the guy that was doing it. I forget the name of the show, but it had like a lighter side to Star Wars, and it was like showing them like on their day off and what they do, and it was funny and all that, and I loved it. And everyone in that audience loved it. And then it hit the internet and everyone hated it. So I guess maybe the mass consensus is they want the 100% the seriousness and none of the fun. Because I think that's what. Well, I think that's what the hoopla did. I think the hoopla.
Now.
Well, hold on.
Oh, go on ahead.
I think the hoopla made Star Wars fun for everyone. I think it really. I think it brought it down to a level that everyone could enjoy, which is something they tried to do with Jar Jar Binks a little bit, is to add a little like slapstick comedy into the movie a little bit, even though it was sort of a bad way to do it. That's
it was
what
a
they
horrible
tried
way to do it.
Well, they still tried to do it.
No, I'm not saying that. But on the show thing, actually, you did bring up an interesting point that I remember. I remember when people were actually talking about the show, they actually were comparing it to the Star Wars skits in Robot Chicken. They actually said, oh, the Star Wars skits they do in Robot Chicken, which are funny, are fine, but this just didn't appeal to them. So they're open, I guess, to funny. It just has to be right, and I guess that.
But what is right?
See, that's the thing.
You know, there's like that line there where people, you know, what is right, what do people want, so on and so forth. But it's just, I mean, I think there should be fun. I mean, it's not all battles and all kinds of stuff. It's not just battles and policies and fighting between rebels and all this stuff and I mean, it's not just back and forth. These people have fun too, and it's fun to see that side when they have fun. It's fun to see R2-D2 come out or C-3PO come out and dance and get down and have a good time. That to me is awesome, and it's really cool to see that side of things. And I mean, yeah, if that was 100% of the stuff, then it'd be something different. But we're talking about maybe a month out of the year where they do this stuff. So I don't know. I'm gonna go on. I'll stop babbling. I lost on a bunny trail. So, the grand finale is Symphony in the Stars fireworks dessert party at 9 p.m. Enjoyed Star Wars themed desserts, including the famous Yoda and Darth Vader cupcakes above. I wasn't a fan of either, unfortunately, but I'm not a big chocolate guy or peanut butter guy. But cupcakes, I think the only cupcake I've ever liked at Disney, and I'm a hard sell on cupcakes. But the only thing I've ever liked, I think, as far as cupcakes from the parks is the frozen Olaf cupcake. I really like the carrot cake cupcake with the cream cheese icing. That was pretty awesome. There is a selection of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages included, all with a close-up view of the fireworks, and the alcoholic beverages are included in the package there. You can expand your universe of choices by upgrading to the Feel the Force Deluxe Premium package. In addition to the benefits listed above, the Deluxe Premium package allows guests to follow behind the Legends of the Force Star Wars Celebrity Motorcade down Hollywood Boulevard, provides reserved seating for all the celebrity talk shows. That's kind of cool to fall behind the parade. That's neat. And offers priority access to Darth Maul throughout the day of the package. So there you go. It also comes with a commemorative lanyard and credential to honor your most impressive day. To book this event, hurry you must. Quantities are limited. The Feel the Force Premium package will take place on event weekends May 15th through June 14th. For more information about premium VIP packages, tours, and Star Wars dining events, check out StarWarsWeekends.com. And they also have the breakfast packages as well for you to purchase if you want to do the VIP dining packages for that. So good stuff there. So that's what I forgot. One more thing I wanted to talk about in the news. Starting yesterday, and I haven't posted about it yet. Starting, I believe it was yesterday, Universal has added metal detectors to Dragon Challenge and the Hulk. So now if you go to either one of those roller coasters, you have to stand in line, get wanded by the metal detectors, and they send you through the line. If you have this means no phone, no change, no nothing. So prepare to get a locker and put your stuff in there or whatever. They are being super strict about all this, and it's a safety thing. I mean, they've had incidents with people flicking coins and things of this nature and all kinds of foolishness, and they have to be really careful about what people bring on the ride. And this also gives them the opportunity to have the Dragon Challenge duel again. It used to be Dueling Dragons. Now it's Dragon Challenge. Now it gives it the opportunity to duel again, which is always a good thing because that ride needs to duel. And actually, I've heard that if the ride doesn't duel, it actually makes the ride wear out faster by it not dueling. So it doesn't. So I don't know how that works, but that's apparently what happens. So
I'll be for the metal detectors if it means dueling dueling dragons will duel again.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I
Um,
think that yeah, if it'll do it, then that'll be the way to go. I don't need my phone. I mean, all this does is force people that are waiting in line to communicate with the world around them, which in my opinion is a good thing. Forcible communication is always a good thing. I think we need more communication. Put the phones down and communicate with the world around us anyways. Enjoy the scenery around us. So I know that I do this a lot too. I'm always in my phone or tweeting or Instagramming or doing something, but I'm okay with that.
Now, one quick other piece of news. Apparently that Disney is enforcing that no selfie sticks on rides, which they need to do that.
Well,
now the way I heard it was they're just it seems like they've already enforced it. It's already been a law, but they're just I guess reiterating it.
But are they actually telling people?
Yes. Cast members have to tell now.
Well, did you actually hear someone get told? Did you hear that someone got told?
I haven't heard anyone
because what I heard was that this was posted on the hub, but what I heard is that it's a suggestion.
I didn't know.
They're not. It depends
No.
on the cast member and the situation. I mean, honestly, the only way they're going to be able to stop this is if they stop rides halfway through and say no selfie sticks. I hate selfie sticks with a passion. They need to be banned from the parks. In general, they're just an annoyance. It just creates a mess. I mean, people whip these things out. They're not paying attention. All they care about is their selfie. They send the camera out there. They fling it out at the camera, and it's just a mess. I mean, it gets in the way. People are walking by. They get hit by the stick. I've seen this. It's just a mess. They need to be banned entirely. It's not that hard to say, hey, would you please take a photo of me with my camera? Let's be real.
Okay. Now, I've heard multiple sites say that, and multiple high-end sites, not some of the ones you would disagree with, say that was on the ban thing.
I know it's real.
No, I know the ban.
I know they said that.
I didn't hear the way you said it.
No, I know what they said, but what I heard is that it was a suggestion.
Yeah, I didn't hear suggestion. The way everyone was talking was banned.
Yes, but banned is one thing. Actually, them actually telling people is a different thing.
Okay.
If there's actually reports of people telling them on the ride that it's no go, and that's a totally different thing entirely. I mean, that is what banned means, of course, but that doesn't mean that they're like actively enforcing it 100%. And I mean, are they stopping everyone with a selfie stick and saying, "Here you go"? You know, you can't do it.
Yeah,
I mean, they have to. That would have to be them like saying if you're on Seven Dwarfs and you pull it out halfway through the ride and they stop the ride and they're like, put it away, which I could see them doing. I would hope they would do that. Honestly, they need to do that. They need to get those things out of there. Just ban them entirely. They're just annoying. They need to get out of the parks. They're annoying. No one needs.
They're going to become a hazard if someone opens it on a ride like
well, I mean,
yeah,
but that's happening everywhere. At every theme park, there's people on these things. I've seen tons of photos of people on the rides with these selfie sticks. So it's not something I haven't seen already. No. It's already happening.
No, and this is because of those. This is why they're.
I understand. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's good that they're banning. I just like to see what they're doing to actually enforce that, and so on and so forth. Because that's just that'll be interesting to see what's going on with that. But yeah, that did happen this week. That was something that was posted on the hub, and that does take effect. It has already taken effect. So, but everyone, it was like a big debate this week, and I saw from the big sites that were reporting this, and I haven't seen out when I see my friends that are cast members this week, and I'll ask them if they saw it too, but or ask them for clarification. But I heard multiple stories, even from the big sites. I heard some people saying that it was just a suggestion. It was suggested that they weren't going to like really like enforce it, like get people in trouble. They were just going to suggest. I don't know.
I can definitely. I think suggestions the way they go is they don't want to ban people over it.
They're going to. They don't want to. I mean, they're not going to. Are they going to stop the ride? And that's when you say more than a suggestion. Are they going to take stop the ride and say, hey, look, here we are. You got to put it away.
That
I mean, they do. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. One time I was riding what was it? Rock and Roller Coaster, and I pulled out my camera. I was gonna get a quick vine of the start of the ride, and I was gonna put my phone away, put my phone down. Well, I had my camera out, ready to do it. I was kind of hiding it, and the ride didn't go. The girl walked over, said, "Put it away," and I went. That's the kind of level I'm looking for with that.
The way I heard it was definitely in the beginning. I heard that's actually what the way I read it was in the if they see it out in the beginning, they're gonna say stow it away.
Okay, that's good. They should just ban them in general. But then if they do that, then they'll ban tripods too. Which honestly, if they ban tripods, I wouldn't be too upset about that. I mean, it would mean more shake. I mean, it would just mean more shaky video on YouTube. But I would be okay with them banning tripods. I think they're big. They get in the way. I think people buy these absurd tripods, these huge tripods. I mean, I would say mine is about medium, but I've seen these tripods. They're huge. They're just a hazard in general to have these things in the park. If they banned them, I'd be okay with it. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with tripods, even monopods too. I mean, some of these monopods are like long. I mean, I can't even, they're huge. And I mean, you swing that thing out and you hit someone with it and it could just be a mess waiting to happen. So, I mean, it would stink to have to hold the camera up that long for some of these things we record. But I mean, I would be somewhat okay with that. I mean, as the cameras are getting better now and they have better optical image stabilization. So, I mean, I don't know. All right, that's going to do it for the news of the week. We are going to send it over to Ed with the weather and Twitter segment. Take it away, Ed.
And starting with Saturday, April 11th, it's going to be night thunderstorm with a high of 91 and low of 69 with a 40% chance of rain. Then on Sunday, it's going to be night thunderstorm with a high of 89 and low of 71 with an 80% chance of rain. Then Monday, thunderstorms in the night again, with a high of 89 and low of 70. Then on Tuesday, night thunderstorms with a high of 89 and low of 70 with a 60% chance of rain. Then on Wednesday, just thunderstorms with a high of 87 and a low of 70 with an 80% chance of rain. As far as rumors, there's only one. So they really haven't said where, but they're probably going to build a Fast and the Furious attraction. They are working on one over in Hollywood.
Are you talking about? You mean over here? They're going to build one?
Yes.
Okay.
They're building one over in Hollywood. It's now I haven't heard like any details like if it's gonna be the same as the one over in Hollywood. But they're probably gonna build one mostly because they're building one in Hollywood. And sometimes people are buzzing about that one, so they'll based upon buzz on that build one. And also the latest movie actually did surprisingly well its first opening weekend, and it made over like $500 million. And another thing
what we call that?
What?
We call that Paul Walker status.
Yes, and that's
because there was a tribute in there for Paul Walker. Paul Walker just died. There's a tribute at the end of the movie, and if you haven't seen it, please watch the movie. It actually is a really good movie. I've seen it. It's actually it's a really good. This is the closing one, so it's a really good closer for the series. Though, I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong. I would say about 100. I would say I like every movie in the series. A lot of people have said they don't like Tokyo Drift. I love Tokyo Drift. I think it's one of my favorites out of the whole series. But I think the whole series of movies they have is just fantastic. It's just a great series altogether. So yeah, definitely check out the new one. It's actually really good.
And speaking of the new one, what the interesting thing is you actually, I was actually reading an article and they're actually breaking down some of the numbers. 50% of the people who saw the movie the first weekend were females.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they want to see Vin Diesel,
which is
Paul Walker, Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris. I mean, it's hot guys in fast cars.
No, and I get what you're saying. The point I'm trying to make is, it's they have a diverse and all that, and then and between all social groups, I guess, or I guess minorities, the right word. It actually spread out evenly across that, which I heard too. So it's generally liked between everyone is the point I'm trying to make. So I don't see why they wouldn't do it.
Yeah. That could be the next big
Yeah,
thing
and,
for
and,
them.
and if they were smart, this is what they would do. Is actually, I think I kind of thought this over. Is if they were to take like radiator springs racers, but make it like for like street racing.
Yeah, that could be pretty good. It'd have to be somewhat fast though.
It would definitely make it faster, of course.
Knowing them though,
I would.
knowing them though, I see. I think this ride actually builds itself well to a system similar to Harry Potter, the original Harry Potter, Forbidden Journey, because Forbidden Journey has moments. I mean, it's somewhat you get immersed in the screen scenes of Forbidden Journey, but because it moves on the if you don't know, Forbidden Journey works with the Kuka robotic arm, which is it's an earlier version of the arm that they have at Epcot for Some of All Thrills, and
It's a later version, not an earlier version.
Oh, it's a later version. You're right. It's a later version. Sorry. And when you're watching these IMAX movies and you're immersed in the movie and you feel like you're flying around and doing all this craziness and all that stuff. And there are scenes where, because the ride is constantly moving, you may not notice it, but it's constantly moving. And if I'm spoiling the magic for you, fast forward. I'm gonna tell you how this thing works, or how I have heard that it works or seen that it works. But the arm constantly moves, and there are scenes. If you ever notice when you finish a scene or finish a movie clip, you kind of get jerked over to the next scene. Well, that's the arm playing catch up. It's finally reached its max point, and then you're catching up. So between the IMAX scenes and then having it play actual catch up and doing those moments where it pulls you really fast, I think with those two things, I think that could be an excellent attraction. I mean, that pulling of you fast like that will give you that sensation that you're flying in that car. They could also do things with the arm to make you turn on your side or back, or make you feel like you flipped over, or so on and so forth. And there's all kinds of things they could do with that. I think an attraction with that ride system would be amazing for that movie. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. What do you think?
No. I think either or would work.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing that they would do is something sort of like Transformers or something. But I don't think that would lend itself as well as something. The only thing that they could do with the Transformers thing is they could build like it actually make it look like a car. But I think they could do the same with something like Forbidden Journey. They could build some kind of car shaped. You know what you do is you take the bucket seats for cars, like you have the bucket seats for cars, and basically make it like you're the driver, and then have a row of 4 bucket seats, these car seats, and then like they have in these high-end sports cars, and then do something with that as the seats, and then have the harness, make the harness that comes over you look like the 4-point harness that you would wear if you were doing like a drag race or something. And it could be done. I think that could be pretty cool. And then if you pair that with the arm moving and all, I think that'd be a pretty cool ride. I think that would be awesome. I would love that personally. I would ride that all the time. So I think it'd be cool. But like I said, the key to this ride is that scene where the arm, or that point where the arm plays catch up. And basically what I envision in my head is the wheels spinning, and you hear that when you're hitting the gas and you're doing that burnout, and then you finally let go of the brake and then you fly. And that moment right there is when the arm plays catch up and it jerks you, it pulls you really fast around the corner, and then bam, there you go, and then you have it. And then that's sort of that fast movement, the fast part of the furious part, and then all this other stuff that you do when you're driving, because that sets you up for feeling that you're at that speed. So then as you see this IMAX screen of you flipping out and doing all this craziness, that's what the arm does. It moves and makes you feel those different movements. So I don't know, that'd be really cool. But yeah. All right, anything else?
Nope, that is it.
Okay, so that's gonna do it for the rumors of this week. I think we came up with a good idea there for a Fast and Furious ride. Oh, the things that happen when we record a show and my brain goes off into tangent. All right, moving on. We went back to Trader Sam's this week. We didn't. How long did we wait for Trader Sam's this week? I want to say hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. No, actually, I take that back. We were one of the first ones to get into Trader Sam's, so the wait wasn't actually that long because we got there at what 3:30, and
So
we waited about an hour.
yeah, I think 30 minutes. If you say 3:30.
Yeah, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I'm sorry, 30 minutes. Just
Now,
30 minutes.
now he did bring up something. Something else to note. It actually does seem like the excitement has died down.
No, I disagree with that. It has died down a little bit from the first day. It's not 6-hour waits or whatever. But tonight was a 2-hour.
But
wait.
I've actually seen
It's
on a weekdays. I've heard people go in there and it's been half empty.
Well, okay. Well, then there you go. I mean,
But
tonight it was a 2-hour wait at 9 o'clock.
But the way it seems like is, and this is gonna sound a little weird, but after 8 seems like the time where like
yeah, I agree.
I think
well, that doesn't sound weird. It's just everyone wants to go there during the day and check it out, and then they go at night, or they don't go at night. They just want to go. I'll tell you.
Go on ahead.
Trader Sam's always impresses me. The second time I went back, it's impressive. All the skits and routines. It's not as impressive unless the stuff is going off all the time. It's still fun though. It's still a cool place to hang out, even with the stuff not going off. It's still a cool place to hang out. This time, when we went back, I got the Mai Tai. It's a Mai Tai drink, and this one, when you get this drink, they say, "Here comes the hippopotamus," and then they go bang, 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 and there's like some shots, and then they say they got them.
And they say 2 shots of rum. Yep,
2 shots of rum, and then they do this here. Now the cool thing about this is, the Mai Tai is a $15 drink with the mug, and it is a $10 drink without the mug.
Now they don't have the mugs now, but they don't know when they're going to get any more in. That's
they don't have
the latest
mugs
thing I've heard on that.
And the Mai Tai mugs are they just have a sticker on the back that says Trader Sam's. So there's nothing like insanely special about those mugs. They just have a sticker on the back that says Trader Sam's Grotto for Orlando. They don't really do much of anything else. But yeah, it is a lot of fun. I loved my Mai Tai. It was a great drink. I sipped on it for a while. Ed got the pearl drink, which was awesome. Did you like your pearl drink, Ed?
Oh yes, I loved it. It definitely was. It tastes like a sweet cream drink with a cinnamon.
Yeah, this had that rum chata in it, which is like a cinnamon rum.
Well, no, it's rum and horchata mixed.
Oh yeah, rum and horchata mixed.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good drink.
Mm-hmm.
I had a sip of it. And what kind of show did you get with that drink?
With that one, they have a clam up by the bar, and they open it like they're pulling a clam out of a pearl out of a clam.
Yeah. And that's actually a lot of fun. And if you're like we'll get the 100th pearl, you get a black pearl.
They don't have any black pearls as of the moment now. I don't know where they're.
No, they said it was random. The guy said it was random.
But I don't think they have any. It is random.
No, the guy said they had them, but it was random.
Okay.
This is what I was told the other night when we were there. One thing I will tell you though, if you are going to get drinks at Trader Sam's, make sure you know what you want up front. And what I mean by that is not the drink, but if you want the mug or not. And make sure you tell your server up front that you do not want the mug, or if you do want the mug. If you do not say anything, they will assume that you want the mug. If you do not want, if later on they have to change it out, they have to void out the transaction and start over again if you didn't want the mug. So if you don't want it, make a point to tell them, I don't want the mug. You save about $4 or $5. Like I said, the Mai Tai drink is like $10.95 without the mug. So it's a reasonably priced drink without the mug. For a Disney drink, it's more than reasonably priced. It's actually a good price. $10 for a drink at Trader Sam's. Hey, I'm all in any time of the day. And even $15 with the mug. I mean, come on. So because originally how it works is you buy the mug and then you get refills at a cheaper price, but you can also order it without the mug and not get the mug at all. So we also got to sample the chicken sliders. Was it chicken sliders? Chicken sliders this time.
Yes.
And they were pretty good. Nice thick bun on them with some cilantro and corn, or excuse me, some carrots and some other goodies on there. It was actually really good food. One things I've really enjoyed. Last time I went, the Headhunter Sushi was not a real winner. The chicken lettuce wraps were okay, but this was actually really tasty. And next time I'll try the tacos because everyone goes on and on about the tacos. So I'm really excited to give the tacos a shot next time. But yeah, it was an awesome experience. We went there with Panda from BigFatPanda.com, and he had a great time. And some other friends we went with, Lon. We went with him. It was a great time, and we had a lot of fun. It was a little crazy in there, like it always is at Trader Sam's. Stuff was going on all the time. Of course, with the, not as much as last time, but there was still stuff going on. The Nautilus is going down and all these things, and that's a lot of fun. So it's always fun to have them running around and doing all this stuff. So I will say this, though. If you're going to go to Trader Sam's, I say go for the gusto and just go all out and, save up a ton of money and buy like 7 or 8 drinks per person and just have fun and, really get into it and just go all out and just have a good time. And I mean, that's the way I'm going to do it. Next time I go is just go all out and just really go crazy in there, because it really is a lot of fun. And if the more drinks you have, the more fun it is, I guess. But it's great. But one of the other cool things that we got to see up close this time too was the Oa drink. The Oa drink actually is it's a 2-person drink served in like a bowl, and they actually activate the Oa character, which was in the under new management version of the Tiki Room. And she does a spiel, and they say the gods are angered, and the wind comes on, the fan comes on, and wind goes to the bar. And there's even fire that happens, and I'll play that right here for you. There's some fire that happens here, and you can see. Let me turn this up. Let me turn this off here so I can turn this up a little bit, and you can see. Oh, there's no audio. I thought there was audio. Okay, well, you can see they light basically they soak sugar cubes in 151 rum, and they drop this in the middle of the drink and light it on fire. And there is, I think it's cinnamon on the side, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, cinnamon.
Cinnamon on the side, and you throw the cinnamon into your drink, and the cinnamon ignites the fire. And you have this really cool. You have this really cool like experience. It's really cool because it sparks and all this stuff. It's actually a lot of fun, and then everyone is shouting "Oa, Oa, 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 Oa," and it's really cool. So definitely check that out when you go there. That's a 2-person drink. So what I mean by that is you're only allowed to get 2 drinks per ID. So if you want to get 2 Mai Tais or whatever, you can only get 2 drinks. But if you order the Oa or the Nautilus, then you have to that's 1 drink. That's 1 per ID. So the Nautilus and the Oa, you can only get 1 per ID because they're big enough for 2 people. So they're 2 people drinks. So definitely keep that in mind. But I hear they have a lot of liquor in them. So Panda said his was pretty loaded. So it was pretty good. So definitely check that out. All right, moving on. That evening, we went on to Magic Kingdom, and that day actually, I got to see Mr. and Mrs. Bunny. I know Easter's over, but I'll throw this up there. I got to meet Mr. and Mrs. Bunny for Easter, and they're always fun to see at Easter time inside the Magic Kingdom. I always love seeing them. They're a lot of fun. I got to see them, and after we did Trader Sam's, we went back to the Magic Kingdom, and I'm going to share this story. And I know Lana's in the chat room. He was with us in there, and we actually went into Mickey to meet Mickey, and we got up to Mickey, and we asked him a question that actually I got a very interesting response out of Mickey. So we went to go see Mickey. It was a group of like 6 of us. And we walked in there, and we're going up to Mickey, and he's asking us how we're doing. And this is, of course, Talking Mickey. We got to Mickey, and one of us mentioned, when are you going to marry Minnie? Well, Mickey instantly froze up, started pacing around the building, pacing around the floor, going, huh, and like kind of like sweating a little bit, wiping the sweat off. And then eventually he said, is it hot in here? And then it got to a point where he just looked at us and said, hey, how about another picture? And then, so he basically freaked out, had a freak out moment. and because we asked him about when he was gonna marry Mickey, and it was actually really
Mary
funny.
Mickey, don't you mean Minnie?
Or Minnie. Why do I keep saying Mickey? Minnie. Mary Minnie. My brain is not working tonight, I'm telling you. It's the Reds wicked. We asked him when he was gonna marry Minnie, and he didn't give us an answer, and he just walked around and paced the floor. And it was one of the best. You have to, if you go to see Mickey, take a picture with him, then ask him that afterwards. And it was the best Mickey experience I've ever had, hands down. Like, I'm serious. Like, it was the best. I don't think it could get any better than that. I mean, it was just hilarious. His reaction was absolutely priceless. It was fantastic. It is definitely worth going in there and asking him that just to see the reaction. It really is cool. So definitely check that out. We moved on that evening, and we went to we also checked out the Harmony Barbershop has just been renewed or refurbished, and it looks really nice inside there. And I caught a snapshot of this sign with the prices on there. And honestly, you can get a haircut for, I think it was $17.50 for a haircut at this location. And it's actually not a bad price at all. Considering you pay about $20 for a haircut nowadays anyways. Getting a haircut on Main Street for $20, and they'll throw in a beard trim for $7, I believe. Let me pull up this. Let me zoom in on this picture. You guys can see better than I can, those of you watching live. But I got, this is of course, this photo is of course on our Flickr page as well. You can check this out. But it's not pulling it up here. Oh, let me get this. But yeah, so $19 for an adult haircut, which I just paid $20 for one. So not a bad price at all. And if you want a beard trim, it's $7. And if you do the baby's first haircut, it's $25, which that's a full ceremony with the hat and Mickey ears and a whole to do. It's a cool little ceremony. Bring your kid in there and have them get a haircut. And you also have a child's haircut for $18. So definitely check out the Harmony Barbershop. It's really cool. If you haven't been there before, you should definitely check it out. They, I don't know if they still do, but they were doing pixie dust in the hair, and where they throw some doodads in your hair, and they were doing colored gel and all kinds of craziness. And it's just a lot of fun. And Michael is an excellent barber. He'll do you right. He's done me for years. He is just fantastic. And it was just a lot of fun. So definitely make sure you check out Harmony Barbershop on Main Street. And it's kind of hidden back there, but across from the fire station. But go back there. It's first come, first serve only. You can't make reservations or anything like that. It's just a walk up and wait in line. So I suggest if you want to do it, get there early. And they do close at like 5. So you want to get there like at least at 4 if you're going to get a haircut, if you want to get one at all. And just wait in line and get your haircut. And trust me, you won't be disappointed. It is a lot of fun. And I mean, it's some of the coolest haircuts I've ever had. I guess sitting in the chair there, talking with Michael, and parade starts rolling out as I'm getting my haircut. And I got to admit, that's kind of cool. So I think it was the 3 o'clock parade rolled out while I was getting a haircut one time. And that was pretty fun. I heard the thing coming out, and that was pretty cool. So, and they're really nice in there, and they're fun to talk to. So it's really cool. So moving on that evening, we did a lot of rides, all kinds of stuff. We did Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. We did Peter Pan. We did all kinds of stuff. We did Carousel. Some of you watched us on Periscope, and I'll do that again this week as I live stream from the parks, us walking around, and basically you guys telling me what you wanted me to ride. And I know we went on the Carousel, and I sang for you guys on the Carousel. I did a Periscope where we were on a Mad Tea Party with us spinning around, which was awesome. Made me really sick, but it was fun for you guys. So there we go there. And I haven't done that in a while. And we also did the Speedway. I like the Tomorrowland Speedway. The cars are a little cramped, but I always have fun in there. But we also got to check out Columbia Harbor House, and I haven't been there in a while, so I wanted to give you guys a little update on Columbia Harbor House. It is one of my favorite restaurants at Magic Kingdom because, honestly, you know, after so many years of having burgers and fries and sort of the Cosmic Rays menu over and over and over again, I'm always looking for something different. And Columbia Harbor House delivers on that a lot. And this time we had an overwhelmingly awesome experience at Columbia Harbor House. We not only did we have amazing food, but we had amazing cast as well, amazing service. We arrived to Columbia Harbor House, and one of the things I wanted to try, and this is something they have for dinner, and I believe they closed at 10, is they have for dinner from, I believe it starts after 4, they have this amazing seafood mac and cheese, which includes mac and cheese, shrimp, lobster, and breadcrumbs. And when I say lobster, we're talking about big, thick pieces of like lobster claw meat, like the claw meat, just big pieces on top of this. I probably had about 5 or 6 huge pieces of lobster on there. It was actually really, really, really good. Really awesome stuff. So we had that. That was what I had. And then Ed also got the chicken pot pie, which came with broccoli, which was actually the broccoli. Broccoli, you know, is one of those things. It's a little bland, but if you season it right, it's really good. And this was seasoned perfectly, and it was really good. And all of us at the table that were picking at this, we just couldn't get enough. Panda started picking. I said, Panda, you got to try this broccoli. And he had some, and he's like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. And you know, how many times do you say that for veggies? I mean, you look at this broccoli. How many times have you said that? No, this was really tasty. It was the right amount of salt and the right amount of pepper, and it was just fantastic. It also came with the pot pie here, and I'll let Ed tell you about his pot pie, which was really good.
Yeah, the pot pie was great. You know, chicken was great in there. The filling was really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and like Robert said, the broccoli was really good, surprisingly good.
Yeah, I was shocked. The broccoli was very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Go on ahead.
No, that's
now continuing on with our meal. I didn't mention this earlier, but speaking on the cast side of things, one of the things that did happen for us while we were there is there was a cast member, the cast member that was serving us at Columbia Harbor House, or was getting us our food, actually saw that Ed had chicken pot pie, and said, oh man, have you ever tried chicken pot pie with the nuggets, using the nuggets to dip in the chicken pot pie, like the gravy? And I was like, no, I've never had that. And he was like, oh, you got to try it. So lo and behold, I look at my plate, and out comes our he went back and talked to the people in the back, and out comes our tray with our lobster mac and cheese on there, which I'm trying to find it on here. It's not on here. But the lobster mac and cheese was on there. Seafood macaroni and cheese, which is $13.79. Not bad at all for what you get. And then the chicken pot pie, which is $9.59. Those two were on the plate, and then there was a small thing of chicken nuggets. And I'm like, okay, that's great. He gave us chicken nuggets to put in the thing, the pot pie. So we go and we got our drinks and everything, and we get all our condiments and stuff, and pepper and salt and all that, and we go to sit at the table. And there's one more thing I got too, and I'll show you that in a minute because I'm saving the best for last. We get to the table, and he arrives at our table up on the second floor there in that little hallway there that extends out. And he said he brought another chicken pot pie out. And then we're like, what? And he brought a chicken pot pie out just for us to dip the chicken nuggets in and have with the gravy and all that. And it was amazing. Mm-hmm. So if you go and you get the chicken pot pie, you almost have to order the chicken nuggets too. And the chicken nuggets were actually really good. I'm not going to lie. I was, usually with chicken nuggets, kids don't have discerning taste, so they can be whatever, and kids don't really care. It's chicken nuggets. That's all they care about.
Well, these are there's actually...
But these were actually real good chicken nuggets. I mean, they were tasty chicken nuggets.
Now, just to keep in mind, when you actually order the chicken nuggets, if they say they have chicken nuggets on the kids menu, there's actually two kinds. They have a kids version and an adult version.
Mm-hmm.
The adult version is actually a chicken breast nugget.
And the other one is just whatever.
Yeah, it's like Tyson chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is good for kids.
Yeah, but this was really good. The chicken nugget was really awesome, and we enjoyed that with the sauce. And saving the best for last, we got to have this amazing seasonal cobbler for $4.19 at the Columbia Harbor House, and the seasonal cobbler was blueberry. It was a blueberry cobbler with some sort of like melted, like almost like a cream cheese frosting on top. And I know it doesn't look amazing. The frosting kind of melted. There's no like real design there. But this was one of the best fruit cobblers, or blueberry cobblers that I've ever had. It was warm. It was still warm by the time I actually got to it. It had tons of blueberries in it. Excellent crust. I think Ed, you had some, right? You thought it was delicious.
Oh
right?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I'm not a blueberry person.
I think everybody at our table had some. I think Lon. I know Panda had some. I know Panda loved it. Everyone, the looks that people were giving on this thing it was like one of the best desserts I ever had. That could have been once again because we're hungry, but then again, by that time of the meal, we were all pretty full from everything they had brought to us because they had brought more than what we ordered. But even what we ordered was enough food. That mac and cheese is really good. but the cobbler with the frosting and everything, it was really good. So if you're at Magic Kingdom and you like seafood a little bit and you want to try something different, check out Columbia Harbor House. Trust me, it's counter service, but it really is, I think, one of the best counter services in Magic Kingdom. It really is fantastic. Between this and Sleepy Hollow are two of my favorites, I think, inside there. It's just different. It's not just burgers and fries and something that's different. Tomorrowland Terrace is actually something too. The Tomorrowland Terrace Noodle Hut area, it's now whatever. But when they open, it's pretty good too. But this is really good. And Golden Oak, when Golden Oak is open, if you are ever at the parks and you're walking past, Golden Oak is right across from Pecos Bills, going towards Pirates. If you ever walk past that little stand there and you see it open, don't think twice. Open up your wallet, walk over to the place and order. Just pick something and order. I mean, don't even question it, because the thing doesn't open often. And believe you me, you will not. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. There is no way you can be disappointed at Golden Oak. I mean, especially French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that for me. I mean, if it was me, anything, even like the bacon ranch fries, they have like a bacon ranch fries, they have like a BLT fries, they have like taco fries. I mean, they're all really good waffle fries. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. They have like corn dog nuggets and all kinds of stuff. It was really cool. So trust me, that whole thing over there is just awesome. It's just a lot of fun. So make sure you check out Golden Oak. It was really cool. And also for those of you that are listening, I wanted to say, before we go, or before we finish up this segment here, I wanted to send a special shout out because that evening, I left we had our Trader Sam's mugs with us, and we left ours at Columbia Harbor House, and there was a little girl that actually found it, and I guess they overheard us saying we were going to go on Haunted Mansion next, and we went on Haunted Mansion, and as we came out, the little girl was waiting there with my mug, and I was like flabbergasted. That was too cool. She had my mug ready to go, and she had it for me, and she said, "Here you go. You left this at the restaurant." I mean, for someone to go out of their way to wait for me after an attraction, and for that level to go ahead and try and find me just for a plastic mug, I mean, was out of this world cool. So thank you once again for doing that for me. And I'm sorry I forgot your name, but I told you to check out our show. So I'm going to assume that you're listening, and I want to say thank you. That was really cool. So I told you I would send you a shout out, but I'm definitely thank you for that. That was actually really cool. I was shocked that someone was waiting out there. I had totally forgotten about it. So that's another thing. Be careful with your mugs from Trader Sam's. If you get one, and put it right in the car or in your room or whatever. So, but we had a good night. It was an awesome time, and it was a lot of fun, and we had a great night of magic, and the food was really good. So definitely check out Columbia Harbor House. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. It's a lot of good food there. Add that to your list of food places if you have to do counter service on your food plan. Well, that's going to do it for this week's show. As far as coverage for next week, we will be at MegaCon on Sunday. We are going to check out last minute change. We're going to check out MegaCon. It should be awesome. I like MegaCon every year. It's interesting. Some of the panels are really good, and there's a lot of cosplay, and there's just a lot of cool stuff there, especially on the show floor, like people selling things and like board games and all kinds of cool stuff. It's just a big geeky convention, and I enjoy it. And it's just a lot of fun. It's just a great a great event for the weekend to check out. And Sunday night, of course, we'll be periscoping from there as well. So for those of you watching live, that followed us from Periscope. If you want to check it out, we'll be Periscoping from the event as well. So definitely, I really like Periscope to share what I'm doing with you guys. So we'll definitely do that from MegaCon for a little while. And that evening, we will be going to American Q. I haven't been there in a while. I need to go back to American Q. I need my barbecue. I know Ed, all right, tell them how excited you are about American Q.
Really excited.
I mean, really excited, like super duper excited.
Like super excited.
No, we're really excited about American
really
Q
excited.
with the flatbed buffet and the barbecue and candied swine and corn sitting in butter and milk soaking and beans, and oh my gosh, I'm just getting hungry thinking about it. And all that brisket and ribs and it's amazing. So we're going to American Q on Sunday. So we will have live coverage from that, and then we'll probably hit the parks or something after that. But definitely check all that out. And we'll be Periscoping again. So I know a lot of you guys really like our Periscope stuff on there. So definitely check that out. Mickey Updates on Periscope. Follow us on Periscope. I got a lot of people watching now. It was a lot of fun. So I will definitely be back in the parks to on Sunday to do that and MegaCon and all other stuff. So check that out. But that's pretty much going to do it for this week's show. Thank you for joining us, to everyone who watches live. And for those of you that have been listening to us on iTunes from the start, we love you all. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for those in the chat room. And it is a lot of fun. So thank you guys. We are going to end the show here unless there's anything else Ed needs to say. But before we go, we want to thank our sponsors one more time. We want to thank Maple Leaf Tickets for their sponsorship. They've been providing discount Orlando area attraction tickets for more than 30 years. Visit them today at mapleleaftickets.com or call 1-800-841-2837. That's 1-800-841-2837. That's mapleleaftickets.com. So definitely check them out. All right, that's going to do it for this week's show. Thank you guys for another awesome week, and we will see you next week. Bye. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us this week for our podcast, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks for joining our live feed for all of you on YouTube. Bye now. Make sure you check us out on Periscope because I do a lot of live stuff on there. If I could do live stuff on YouTube from my phone, if anybody knows anything about that, then I will do live stuff. I will ditch Periscope for YouTube in a heartbeat. YouTube Live in a heartbeat. I will do more YouTube Live stuff. But I like Periscope for now. It's good. But if I can figure out a way, I'm still working on a way to do that from my phone. There are some softwares out there, but I have to figure it out. But regardless of the fact, I will do more live stuff is coming from the parks. I enjoy it. So check it out. All right. Thanks, guys. See you next week. Bye.